Joe Biden faced swift backlash this summer when he said that if African Americans don't vote for him, then, quote, you ain't black. Well, he made that statement during a fiery interview with The Breakfast Club, known as the world's most dangerous morning show.
Yeah, and there they are, the hosts of that show, Charlamagne Tha God, Yee and DJ Envy. They have grown their audience in the past decade to over 8 million radio listeners a month, and they have become a must-stop for political hopefuls.
Yeah, the show is known for edgy interviews and news-making moments with guests like Biden, as well as Kanye West, Hillary Clinton, and countless others.
Now, with only a week to go before the election, I sat down with them about their role in this election, the lack of enthusiasm they are seeing, and what they do and don't want to ask President Trump.
You know who we are?
The most dangerous morning show.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Yee, Charlamagne Tha God. We are the Breakfast Club.
Fail to vote, you forfeit your right to complain.
Okay.
I like to complain.
We know.
Okay?
We know.
So I don't want to be the person complaining, and then somebody says, well, did you vote? And I'd be like, well, nah. And they're like, well, they don't respect my opinion no more.
In 2020, in an election year, what is your show's responsibility? Are you trying to just make sure everybody's engaged in the process, registered to vote? Or do you want to direct them to who they need to vote for?
It's a great question. Definitely want them to vote, but when we talk to, I'll say myself, when I talk to these politicians, I want the answers that's going to help my community.
I feel like it's an emergency right now. We need to get Donald Trump out of the White House. I think that he's a terrible president.
I'm anti-fascist. So, you know, I think we got fascism in the White House right now, so I'm definitely against that. But I'm not one of those people that's just going to tell folks, you know, shut up and vote. Well, I want you to be informed and vote.
I don't like either one of them, really. You know what I mean? There's a zillion and one things that I don't like that Trump does. There's things that I don't like that Biden does. But I love Kamala Harris, you know, her going to a HBCU and trying to help young black women, and I see what she's trying to do. One thing I would say about Trump and his team, I feel like Trump's team got the old Def Jam and the old Bad Boy Street team. Like, their teams be out there. Like, I was driving yesterday, they were on the side of the highways.
I don't feel the energy and the enthusiasm for the Biden ticket the way I see it for the Trump Pence ticket still.
That's my question. Are you voting for Biden or are you voting for Harris?
I'm
Harris.
definitely voting for Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Senator Harris, this is probably the year I would write somebody in, at least at the top of the ticket.
You kidding?
Probably. If it wasn't for Senator Harris. Imagine if he would have had Amy Klobuchar as his VP. That's a tough decision for a black man to make. When you got the architect of the 94 crime bill and Amy Klobuchar, especially in this year of civil unrest where we saw the same person who killed George Floyd, who got off for killing a black man before in that same city, and Amy didn't press charges on him, that would be very tough.
But we have a president that talks law and order, that has issues, and he is making people feel emboldened to be racist, and hate crimes are up. And I just find that he's got to go. I feel like at least we have a chance, and I don't think we have a chance here. Looking at Donald Trump and seeing how women can accuse him, so many, over 20 women accuse him of sexual assault or sexual misconduct, and he can come up with an excuse like, oh, she's not my type. Yeah. And people accept that.
No, you're right. Look, I mean, to your point, women's access to reproductive health is full on under attack in America today.
One thing that the other side does is they're very good at talking to their base. Like, I read an article in the New York Times about how conservative talk radio is literally turning millions of people into conservatives. So what do you see Trump doing the day after a VP debate? Going to Fox News and Sean Hannity and talking on the morning show. On Rush Limbaugh doing a virtual rally for 2 hours. I'm like, why aren't the Democrats doing the same thing? Like, why aren't they getting on shows like The Breakfast Club or, you know, Ricky Smiley, Dale Hughley, and talking directly to their base? Steve Harvey.
So many,
like,
Steve Harvey. I mean,
it's
so many.
weird.
Yeah,
it's weird that they haven't been here yet.
Is an invitation out to Trump to come on your show? Are you all going after him as well? Or
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And the reason we are is because we have to, because of equal time.
Legally.
So Joe Biden was on for, I think, 17 minutes. So legally, we owe Donald Trump.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community.
What's your first question to him?
My first question is Donald Trump. I would actually ask an honest plan to help our people get out of poverty and help our people have the same advantages that everybody else has in this world, you know? His father was able to give him $1 million loan. Most people in my community can't get a $10 loan. How can we change that?
Your first question.
I would ask him, why does he think that hate crime has gone up exponentially since he's been in office?
Your first question.
I don't think I would have a question for him.
I can't imagine, though, Charlamagne, that you would pass up that opportunity.
I just honestly don't know what my first question for Donald Trump would be. Like, because honestly, the only thing that we would do with that interview would only be for entertainment purposes. The only reason people put Donald Trump on TV is because he's the president and he brings ratings. They love those moments. They interview Donald Trump because he's the president just because he brings ratings to that network and he causes those viral moments to happen. That's it.
Now, we do want to note here, you did hear Charlamagne reference Senator Amy Klobuchar. Well, she does deny that she previously declined to prosecute officers involved in George Floyd's death during her tenure there. Also, President Trump, you heard reference there from Senator Harris. He has denied all allegations of sexual misconduct from more than 20 women. Are you hearing enthusiasm about this election and wanting to get out there and wanting to vote?
They look at Joe Biden, they look at Trump, they feel like they're looking at two sides of the same coin, you know? And it's hard to convince them otherwise, because like you said, and like Envy said, like, these people been living in hell. They've been living in hell. Like, regardless of who's been in the White House, their condition has not changed in their community. So how can I convince them that this is the year, if you vote, things will change?
I know what you might hope about the election, but from where we sit and where we are today, what do you think, though, is going to happen on election night?
I think Biden and Harris are going to win, and hopefully we see a lot of change. For my kids, I'm praying.
I would never not say this. I want Biden and Harris to win.
I know you're hopeful, but are you nervous because of what happened in
I'm definitely nervous.
I don't know. I have no idea. And 2016 is the reason that I have absolutely, positively no idea. I just know everybody needs to say a prayer and make sure you got a lot of ammo at the house.
Please go vote and tell everyone around you to vote.
Yes. You throwing your hands up, but no, make sure you got the ammo at the house. He's telling people to stand back and stand by. We don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not telling nobody to attack. I'm just telling everybody to be prepared. He's already telling you that he's not, he's not committing to a peaceful transition of power. You see how crazy his supporters are. They just tried to kidnap the governor of Michigan, TJ.
Some folks are going to hear that and say, what in the world? And they will take it and they will run with it and don't understand.
I don't know what's so difficult.
I don't know what he said was crazy.
And think that that's not good advice, or it's inciting people in some way to take up arms.
We're Americans, right? The Constitution is supposed to apply to all of us. The Second Amendment is in the Constitution. All I'm telling people to do is exercise their right to bear arms.
But you're saying their need to be bearing those arms. Right?
Absolutely. You don't think so? They tried to kidnap the governor of Michigan, TJ. What the hell you think they're gonna do to my black? He's going to incite violence if he loses. And I just think everybody needs to be prepared. And not just black people, by the way. White people too. White people that, are against Donald Trump and, support the Democratic Party, they need to be prepared too. This is an American thing. Like, America's really under the gun right now. This isn't about black or white. This is about good and evil. This is about right versus wrong. This isn't about Republican and Democrat. And I feel sorry if you haven't woken up to that fact yet.
And look, those conversations are happening amongst friends and people I know, and some of us hear that and supposed to take up arms. It's not exactly what he's saying. We are living in a scary time. A lot of things are happening you can't imagine would have ever happened, and to a point that you think you need to make sure you're ready to protect yourself after what happens on November 3rd. We should not be at that point, but a lot of people do feel we are.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell he was speaking his truth. He was speaking from his heart.
All right, so I do appreciate them. Charlamagne Tha God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy for the time and the conversation. Specific details you can get on this election and voting in your state. You can check out How to Vote, that site from our partners at 538 with some helpful details there for sure.
That's right.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.